Hello, everybody. Welcome back to
Yellow.
In the Heart of Rage. I'm your Dungeon Master slash GM, uh, Azuloth, and I got 4 of my 5 players today. My 5th player unfortunately had to drop out of the game, um, so we will be trying to fill that seat soon, so that we can continue on. But we're gonna keep on keeping on, like nothing has changed. Um, And so, just to cover a couple of things, we have our next session on the 20th. That's in 10 days. It's Blaze of Cruelties, session 10. That's at 5:30 p.m. US East. And then we have 4 days later, on the 24th, session 4 of this game at 8 p.m. US East. We're always at the same time, always the first and third Saturday, always the second and fourth Wednesday for these 2 games. We're doing a little bit of an experiment today with a new hosting service. So we're on Forge today rather than Ngrok. We're going to see how that works for us. Pings are good. Pings are all about the same right now, except for Zed's. Zed's is a little bit higher than ours, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and introduce our... Let's go ahead and introduce our other players here. So let's go from bottom to top in the Discord. Zed, you first.
I'm sorry, my brain died.
I know.
I'm playing Edelweiss.
Yep. Go ahead, Darrow.
I am Darrow, and I am playing Mordecai of Rosterford.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go Connor, or Bear.
Well, I'm Bear, and I am playing Connor.
Okay. And Lee.
Good evening, Lee, and I'm playing Ben.
Okay. And last we left off, your unit was proceeding into the Weeping Mire. And it was my notes are correct, the 3rd of Alsaurus, the 3rd day of summer, around dawn. And this is our battlefield here. This will be our very first large-scale battle. We are going to kind of go over the rules for that very briefly. Now, what goes for turn order is one side will go first and then the other side. So it is not a roll initiative situation. It is a side-by-side sort of battle round kind of deal. Well, if you're familiar with war games, usually that's how it goes, and the determination of which side goes first is done at the very beginning of the game. So to that end, what we will do is we will have one of our 4 players here roll a d6, and then I will roll a d6, and we will see which one is higher, and that will determine which side goes first. Okay. Our opponents are played by Ekragad the Impaler's Blade of Endless Suffering. They are non-union, and they are very much scattered over all over the map here. So amongst the 4 of you, who would like to roll for going first?
I can.
Okay.
Feeling lucky.
4. All right. Okay.
Hey.
The 14th will be going first. So amongst the 4 of you, you can decide to figure out your turn as a group however you wish. You can all make your actions and your movements at the same time. So take your time to discuss your turn. What a unit or a squad can do at any given point on their turn is they can either move or attack, move or use an action. So you get your movement and your action. Your movement is determined by your squad type, and your action is use your squad weapons, or if you have a special action, or if you want to throw a spell or that kind of thing. Those are action. There's no bonus action kind of deal for the large scale encounters. As far as vision is concerned, if you can see it on the map, you can see it, or you are at least aware of its general position. Some enemies might roll stealth and disappear from you, in which case perception checks would apply for trying to find them. So we are going to go ahead and unpause the game.
Before official movements are taken, would it
Yeah.
be possible for me to swap places with Styx' squad?
Yes. Connor, I've put your artillery squad already on top of the hill so that you don't have to deal with the hill.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Well, I already know what I'm gonna do, but it's up to everyone else what they're
Well-
gonna do.
Discuss your ideas and what your thoughts are in general.
My
What's-
thought is I get closer to the edge of the cliff so I can cover you guys while you either set up defensively or go out aggressively.
What's the range on your artillery?
The artillery squad's weapon range is 6 hexes for optimal and 12 hexes long, and you cannot fire within 2 hex tiles. So 6 hexes optimal is out to here, for example, and 12 is out to here.
So my goal is to get to the very edge of that cliff
This one?
and just
Here?
fire down upon people. Yeah.
So fire.
Um,
So you would be able to reach out to like this line in general.
Yeah.
Firing through the trees might be a little bit difficult, but you could do that. The only thing is you can't cross the river there because you are artillery. You would have to cross over the bridge.
Yeah, that's why it would just be better if I set up on the top of the cliff where I think I'm higher up than the trees and that.
You could set up on top of one of these on this rock. These rocks are technically higher than the trees.
oh. There's a
What I'm-
couple of... Sorry, go for it.
You're fine. Sorry. What I'm thinking is maybe since we are the scouts, we may as well go ahead and scout about because we don't want you guys to get ambushed. And because halfway through that march, we're already going to be hidden. I'm thinking we march to the river, try to ford the river, and get a head start into these woods just to make sure there's nothing nasty hiding there. Yeah.
Indeed. Before you try and ford the river, I have something I'd like to attempt, or at least assess if it's possible.
Sure.
Namely, I would like to look sort of like how close do I have to get to the river before I can properly assess its flow and speed? Do I have to be right next to it?
You can kind of assess so long as you're like within a couple of tiles of it. Like this is only really like 60 or so feet. You would be able to see it from there. So you could assess it from where you are.
In which case, does it look like it is slow moving enough that I might use shape water to form a temporary ice bridge?
Ooh.
I would say yes. It's quite lazy flow. It's just unknown how deep this is. Again, this is all marsh. So a lot of the flow is like spreading into the soft ground as well and into and among between the trees.
I think that actually helps in terms of creating a strong anchor point by partially freezing the wet soil.
Yeah, so I think it would be possible for you to form an ice bridge using shape water.
All right.
It's just
in
that
which,
this is all in the open out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in which case, Mordecai, where do you want to ford the river? I can move 3, so I can get it up to here and create the bridge.
Can you can you make it down here? I apologize. I didn't catch what your range is. Can you make it like in this area? 'Cause I'm thinking
Let me
Mhm.
use the range of my shape water.
The trick is I just want to stay in the woods as much as possible in case they have artillery.
Indeed. I do actually. It is a range of 60 feet, so I could create the bridge there.
Yeah.
If I move up and then Yeah, I could create it a couple hexes away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
I can do that.
much is each hex again?
Each
Range
hex is about 30 feet, roughly.
Cool. Cool.
All right.
And
Which
I
So
have one more question. So these,
Those
the
two.
the cliff, this hill, how does that affect my movement? Does it, or can I just kind of scramble down the cliff, no problem?
So going up hills is a movement penalty, going down is not. So from the guide, a hill is hard to move up and easy to move down. When going up hills or highlands, movement is reduced by 1 hex to a minimum of 1. Going down hills or highlands increases movement by 1 hex. So, and hills provide a modest range bonus to firing into areas lower than them, to an increase of 1 optimal and 1 long. So, if you're on this hill here, for artillery, your range is 7, 13. But if you're going down this particular hill, you get +1 to your movement.
Okay.
But going up is -1.
One more question that I can't believe I forgot to ask. So obviously I have a specific movement by
Mhm.
foot. Could I potentially force march or try to dash? Is that a thing in this or no?
You could take your action to move again.
Okay, that's fair. That's what I thought. All right,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Do you have a charge speed?
I do not.
Yeah, you do. You have a charge
do?
speed. And under your scouts unit, if you click on Mordecai's scouts and you then go under features, under the features subs tab, and you click on scout squad to open it, you'll see your unit's stats in there.
Oh, okay. I see chart. I'm sorry. It was under ranged weapons. That's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't know why I put it there.
Okay.
It
That's funny.
actually
No worries.
belongs under movement.
Okay.
I might have accidentally put it there because that's what I was thinking about when I was adding that there. But your
It's your
movement,
fault.
yeah, it's my fault actually. A charge is an action, so you could move 1d8 plus 1 actions as a charge, but you have to declare an enemy that you're charging to attack in melee.
There has to be an enemy then.
Yeah, you have to be
Okay.
charging somebody for it.
Gotcha. All right.
So my current plan is advance 3 to here, create the ice bridge, cross here, and leave it for Mordecai to cross.
That works for me. Just be careful. I can get. I don't know if I can get hidden in those woods this turn. But you can hide in those woods. Never mind. That's right. Because everyone can hide. I can ambush. Is
Right.
the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
okay.
can hide, but you can ambush. That's the
Cool.
difference.
That makes sense. All right. Yeah, that works for me. Anyone else?
I think my idea of going up on the hill was still the best for me personally.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, actually, if you get to here, that Scrumcore squad's in range.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
they're at disadvantage, but they're in range.
Can I ask one favor, Liam?
Yeah.
Can you check my potent dice? Because I can't get access to my sheet right now.
Your portents are a 20 and an 8.
Oh, 20. Oh, good.
Playing with fire.
Okay.
Or did we just
Thank you.
replace sticks with captain?
Yeah, I've added the Captain's Honor Guard as a replacement for Styx's squad.
Okay.
Nice.
But yes, Connor will ask if people are okay with being a bit more defensive, as doing that will allow us to counter whatever they're doing when they push up, because me firing my artillery will probably make them push, allowing you guys to get the drop on them.
Cool.
Just to recall what your map objective is to get to here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't mean this edge, and that doesn't mean, like, this edge over here. That is specifically to here. So
Got it.
that is your victory condition. You don't have to kill all the enemies, but you know, these
You
are
get XP.
you get XP for it, and these enemies are are enemy scouts as far as you can figure out. They're not part of the main force. They're outriders.
All right. In which case, I think my move's pretty locked in, so I'll do it first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now,
I'll-
my only question is, which squad has the other Scaldy?
Mine.
Oh, I just
Yeah,
thought
I
of
would-
something important.
Yeah.
You said that these Scrumgores can hit about right around here, right? Are they set up to hit right now?
Oh, you're talking about the
The
Belchers.
Belfar?
Yeah.
The Belchers, they are actually facing the other direction. They're facing the east. So the enemy is kind of positioned up, expecting you to come from the east right now.
Okay. So
Like this.
if I am
Yeah, they're facing that direction.
Okay.
so if I'm not mistaken, that means they may not be able to fire on us this turn because they'd have to disassemble, reassemble.
They'd
That kinda deal?
they'd have to like turn and move. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. So we make
So
a
the enemy
push.
will be
I was
rather
it's hex.
surprised.
Hang on. I don't know how to make this box. I was imagining these two, because it goes right past the cliff. It ends at this cliff.
Goes into the
That's
woods.
good.
Yeah.
So that's what
Okay.
that's 3 move there. Your range on your spell is 2 hexes because 60 feet.
Okay, so I gotta put it at here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, we push and then we get into the forest next turn so that we don't get hit, and we make another push to get rid of those to get rid of the Belchers. Yeah. Well, honestly, our artillery could probably hit theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you could, if I could move up
Okay.
to the
Mhm.
position.
So you need to move. So you got a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. The marsh will actually slow you down by one hex. It slows everybody down by 1 hex, except for scouts, I think.
Yep.
Because you have advantage in swamp. So Ben, 1, 2, 3 would actually take you to here because you're slowed by 1 from the marsh.
Alas. Okay.
Yeah.
In which case I don't want to make the bridge too out in the open, but are you okay with it just having it set up still closer?
Oh no.
I mean, we could wait till next turn. They don't know we're here.
That's fair. Okay. In which case, I might use both actions to move.
Yeah, that would take you to that square. An additional 1, 2, because you get the -1 from the marsh. And then Connor,
Right.
I'm going to move your squad another 2 hexes because you're trying to get set up on this position specifically. So you'll arrive there next turn, and then you will begin setting up.
Good.
Actually, no, never mind. We're good.
Am I following y'all, or am I going with Connor?
I
the
think
cliff?
I'm gonna regroup. I'm gonna like jump up the cliff at next. Basically, once I've created the bridge, I'm gonna regroup with Connor and sort of start fortifying this this area.
Yeah, because this is an access right here that they might take. They might also try to fly over the river, the stream here. So it really depends on like what they do next. So you kind of want to be a little scattered so infantry or scouts can at least get the charge on them. So Captain's squad is going to move to where closer to Connor. So up the road by 3 and up the road by 3 for their dash. And then next turn they will move into the swampy area next to closer to Connor. So where do you want to go, Ed?
I guess I'm following along this way.
Okay, so 2. Do you want to run?
Yeah.
Okay, so another 2. And then Mordecai, you haven't moved yet.
Nope. I'm I assume that even though I have advantage in the marshes, I forget, I apologize, that it's still the same penalty for me to movement. So that would put me right about there, yeah. So I'll use both movement things.
Yeah, so you get 1 more hex for that. So kind of put you there, but you're like right up against the cliff there. Or right up against the hill.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you guys. Let's see what he sees.
I see trees.
Oh, pretty good.
That's a good roll.
Kind of actually doing his job, keeping an eye on what's going on. Spots movement and points it out and begins moving. These guys are going to take their move. They do their 4 hexes by flight, and then their dash to cross the river. And 1. And that's their that's that one's turn. 4 hexes. It's 4 hexes. Belcher's squad is going to scooch, taking their full turn to go 2. These guys got 4 hex. 4 hex.
I think this is the first time seeing the Belchers for Edelweiss.
Yeah, you didn't have any in your thing?
No. I had the Parliators.
Oh, yeah, Prilators. Okay. This Belcher squad sets up. And get these guys moving.
So, just to clarify, is it an action to set up, or is it a movement to set up?
It's an action to set up.
Okay. So it moved 2 squares and then set up.
This one didn't move anywhere and set up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
This one's not set up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we've seen them before from a distance, but they were never pointed at us.
Oh, speak for yourself. They were definitely pointed at Connor.
Yeah, I know.
Just the 100-yard stare from Connor.
Yeah, it's just more Belchers. Okay, so 1 more thing for them to check. So
Also,
go ahead.
I just don't like this guy over here. Is that a Parliator?
That's a Prilator squad.
Oh no.
Okay, so Belcher's range is that for optimal and this for long. Because this little claw-shaped rock formation counts as a mountain, so that doubles your range. So this guy on this mountain is a problem for you guys. Because he's got a good command of the battlefield.
I wonder. Perhaps what we should attempt to do is kind of sit in the forest and hold off the Scrumgores. Maybe our artillery can pick off the Belchers while we sit in a little bit of cover, or I can try to sneak out there and ambush the Belcher if we're lucky. But either way.
I think we can deal with all the ones coming towards us. The one at the back on the mountain with double range, I feel like needs to be flanked and destroyed.
Probably. If I can ambush it, I'll hit it for double damage. And I may even be able to get away from these Scrumgores. I don't know how quick they are.
If I recall,
Well, they can fly.
I think
Oh.
artillery is weak to cavalry.
yeah.
Artillery is weak to pretty much everything, They're weak to cavalry. They're basically weak to melee as well as other artillery. Because they have to set up, and so when they're stationary, they can't move, so they're easy to hit. But from a vulnerability standpoint, where you take double damage, melee, it deals double damage to them.
The other thing to keep in mind is if these things, that's the thing I kept forgetting, is if these things can fly, they're gonna go right for our artillery. So maybe someone should hang back.
Well, Eddie's squad is right here,
Yes.
Yeah.
so
That is
I'm
what
gonna
I just
get
said
up
a minute
on the
ago.
hill
Do,
to
do, do I
defend
go with y'all or Connor?
I'd say stick with Connor, get up on the hill to defend him.
Yes.
Mhm.
okay. Well, this is now your turn, because they are done. I will actually add a combat tracker thing. Add
All right.
placeholder combatant.
So I can create the bridge here now.
Not a word, everyone. If that Belcher hits us, I'm gonna blame you, Metwick.
Metwick's like, what the fuck did I do?
You complained too loud.
And I'm gonna make another combatant. This is the Blade of Endless Suffering.
Ben is going to sort of get a hand just stuck in the muck, pick it up, and blow on it, and it sort of starts to crystallize and freeze, and then he's going to toss it to the river's edge, and this spicule of frozen muck starts to spread out, and a pretty muddy ice bridge starts to form.
Okay, so you have this icy, muddy, gucky kind of bridge formed.
You can take that. I'm going. Wait, forgot the accent. You can take that. I'm going to head the other way. And I will basically use all of my movement to get up onto the hill next to Connor.
Okay.
All right. Well, so you're getting up next to Connor. Should I go ahead and try to scout ahead in that case? I can stay hidden, I figure.
Yeah, I feel like I just want to get in the forest, basically.
That's fair. It's another action to hide, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think I can
You're going
make it
down
to
the hill, so
I thought I was up against
Oh.
the hill is the issue.
you're up against. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
So I am moving through marsh still. So that probably reduces me to about 3 for my first turn, and then what, 2 for the second? Would that be right?
Yes. So your
Yeah.
movement is normally 3. So in marsh it becomes 2, and crossing river or water without a bridge is slows the movement down to 1 hex. So you would go 2, and then because there is a bridge, you would be able to go 2.
Nice. Okay, so that'd be both movements though?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that would be both movements.
Okay. I'm a little bit out in the open, but I'm in the forest now, I assume. So
Yeah.
I've got a little bit more AC. Maybe we'll be fine. Wait, those count as cavalry, don't they?
No, they do not.
No, they don't. Okay. Yeah.
More than 50% of the tile has to be the type. Has to be whatever the terrain is, for it to count as one thing or the other. So this was 2, and this, you could actually be here. and that would be 100% forest.
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
and that grants you the bonuses associated to being in a forest.
Beautiful. All right. Hopefully, I don't get fucking swarmed, but we're gonna see.
You get
All right.
+2 to your armor class because you're wholly within the forest. Cavalry or other mounted units have reduced movement speed, and their charges are rolled at half. So a half charge, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged weapons are at advantage and when firing out of it, but when firing into it, they're at disadvantage. Okay, so that's your movement. That's Ben's movement and action.
I guess I'll just keep going till it gets set up on the edge.
Okay, you move and you set up. Captain is going to take her turn to basically provide you with cover so that she can intercept anybody who gets too close to you from this angle.
Did you say that's actually the captain or just her guards?
That's the captain and her honor guard. So there's
Okay.
it's a heavy infantry squad.
Okay, so we're safe.
Yeah, plus her. So
Yeah.
the total count for the unit is 4 heavy infantry plus the captain.
We don't got Bard buffs, but we got 2 infantry. So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What was Strix's army again?
Styx's squad was a mage support squad.
Oh, damn it! That would have been useful.
Yeah, they had Fog Cloud as a squad, and they had whatever Styx's spells were. And so I think the only person that we're waiting on moving is Ed.
Yes, I'm supposed to be getting. I got 2 hexes of movement normally, right?
Right, because you're heavy infantry.
And I'm supposed to be getting up with Connor here, right?
Okay, so to move through here, you'd actually be able to move 1 square from the marsh, and then 1 more from going up the hill as your action. So you could get to like here. Because you can't end you can't end on Ben. You could probably pass Ben and get to here.
Either way is like only a hex away from him then.
Yeah. This would be more front though, because then Ben's squad takes double damage from melee too, because Ben's squad are medics.
Yeah.
Okay, so here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the ruler up and not the.
Not the yeah, that's okay. All right, so that's the end of your turn. Your turn, guys.
Yes.
All right, you are within range. You're not actually hidden yet.
Darn.
Well, I'm talking to Mordecai.
Yeah, I was worried that might happen.
You're not actually hidden yet. So the Belfar Belcher squad is going to fire. It's at disadvantage because it's over 6 tiles and the terrain is even between the 2 of you. But you are wholly within the forest, and so it is at disadvantage.
Nice.
Okay.
Double disadvantage?
No, just
Range?
just disadvantage. You can't double the disadvantage. It's just 2. He just has 2 reasons for disadvantage.
Fair enough.
Your armor class with the forest bonus is what?
With the forest bonus, that would be 16.
So he's got to roll a 12 on the lowest die to hit you. So he gets a +4 on his flame belch artillery.
I'm a little scared. Just a little bit.
Just a wee. Oh
Oh,
my goodness, double sevens.
Yeah, he misses. That would have been 4 damage. 4 fire damage. That would have killed 2 of your guys.
Oh my.
Okay.
That's okay. That's what you have medics for. Big fireball bursts out of the from the other side of the trees. You can kind of see it once it starts to arc up, this big red light, and then it comes crashing down on the trees over here. He misses by a good margin, but you're like, we've been spotted.
So by killed, do you mean unconscious if the medics can save them?
Yes.
Rendered casualties.
They
Without
would-
treatment, they will die.
Yes, they are rendered into casualties first. And then there's a chance that they die. We roll dice at the end of the encounter. Now for the Scrumgore, because they are moving. So a squad of 5 Scrumgores. Scrumgore squads are 5 troop. 5. They have a count of. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm trying to say? This is the move, and their ranged weapons range is 2. And they cannot fire past that. So they will have to move again. So they fly to here. Eddie, you are on the hill, so you do have height advantage over them, but this is as far as they go that turn.
Dab.
Yep, you'll be able to stab on your next turn. These guys are kind of flying through, and then they're gonna fly this way. These guys are flying this way, and then they're moving to here.
Oh no.
And that's it for the Blade of Endless Suffering.
Am I within range to shoot the Belcher? No.
To shoot the Belcher, you have +1 to your range. You can shoot at the Belcher from here. It would be disadvantage because it is 13 tiles.
Then, in that case, would it be better if I just shoot one of these things in front of me?
You can't hit this. Well, you can hit this guy because he's 3 taxes away. You can't hit this guy because he's 2, and you can hit this guy over here because he's 5. So you can
I
shoot
feel like...
this one or this one.
Yeah, I
For
feel
what
like
it's
it might be the
worth.
play. Yeah.
I can do double damage on that one right next to me.
Yeah.
More than likely, I don't know how strong they are, but I bet we can bring that one down pretty easy.
So if I shoot that one and then you attack it, I think we could wipe it out.
Start
Perhaps.
with the scouts attack, I think, just to see how tough
Good
they
idea.
are, and then you can retarget on this one if he manages to kill it, or focus
Yeah.
fire if he doesn't.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so
Alright.
your squad gets 5 attacks
Okay.
for ranged squad weapons. Your ranged squad weapons have a +5 to hit. They deal 2 piercing damage. In an ambush situation, that's 4 damage. These guys are not wholly within forest, so their armor class is 13. So you have to roll a 8 or better to
Okay.
hit them.
And you said it's +5. All right.
Right.
I'm just.
5 attacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because you have 5
Alright.
members, so it's 5 attacks. Yep.
Sure. All right. That's one.
That hits.
Ah.
That's another one.
That hits.
And woo! I'm getting the tingles.
That one
That
misses.
does not hit.
that one misses. Oh, that one hits. Yeah, that's a 9.
And 4.
Oh!
Crit.
And 5.
That last one misses. So you have. Oh, that's too many rolls. 1, 2, 3,
Did I?
4,
Oh,
5.
the last one. My bad. I can't count apparently.
Yeah. So you have 3. You have 4 hits, 1 critical hit, and 1 critical failure. So that is a total of 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12 plus 8
20.
plus 4 is 12 plus 8 is 20 total damage to the Scrumgore. They resist non-silver physical, so they
Yeah.
take half damage from your attacks for a total of 10 points of damage, which wipes the squad.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. I would like to. If I still can use my other action, I'd like to use it to hide.
I would have assumed that you were hiding before you ambushed. It's a requirement for ambush.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
So
you're right,
roll
sorry.
roll your stealth.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Look at that.
You gotta look at their sheet, because their sheet uses
Yes.
your stats. Coyote, you're a good boy.
Oh,
13?
13. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are now stealthed with a 13.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys see Mordecai's troops peel into the forest. Just as the Scrumgore are coming out of the woods, their arrows come in from behind and rip them to shreds. They all go down, plunging into the brackish waters, their bodies smoking and smoldering, and then finally bubbling into nothing. As demons don't always remain here physically when they are killed.
Okay.
So that takes care of that one.
Well, seeing that, I know the heavy squad can deal with the one on the left.
The captain's squad? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing, so I can steady aim, right? It takes a turn.
For these guys, crew operated weapons, you have a over penetrate target feature for the crew, but you don't have a steady aim feature yet.
Damn, okay.
Over penetrate targets would only be useful if there was another unit standing behind them.
Yeah. Don't really have the range. What's funny? I guess I'll try and take a shot at the artillery. I
Okay.
guess.
So your squad fires with a ballista attack. You have a. You should have more than a +1 to hit.
Do I have height advantage?
You do have a height advantage right now. You would have a height advantage on this guy, but you're on the same level as this guy.
Okay. I'll try and kill the Belcher. Let's try and get it down.
The Balefire Belcher? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at your stats. You should have a +5 to your thing here. I'm gonna modify that. Okay, so it's +5 to hit. And it is 4 flat damage when you hit. You get the 1 attack. So we're gonna roll that attack now. Disadvantage because of the range.
Ooh.
Oh my god. That
Hell of a shot.
That is a hell of a shot.
Wow.
So, hold on, my thing's lagging. There we go.
It only does 4 damage.
Yes, does 4 flat damage. That is actually pretty good though, because they have no resistance to this. So that kills 2 of their squad members. 2 of the Scrumgore are down, which slows their firing down to once every 2 turns.
Okay.
It's a crew-operated weapon, so it needs its
Yeah.
crew to be operated.
Sorry, just a question to clarify. Did you? Because I remember you saying artillery is weak to itself. Is that?
It's
play a
weak
role
to
here?
it's weak to itself because it can't move, but it doesn't take double damage from itself. It's not a vulnerability.
Right.
It's just
okay.
It's just a general tactical weakness.
Okay.
So yeah, the Balefire Belcher squad takes 4 damage, killing 2 of the Scrumgore. So hell of a shot. You fire. One of your squaddies is kind of ducked behind the aim there. Another one has already loaded it up. You give the order to fire, and they pull the trigger. The bolt soars over Mordecai's squad. Beyond the trees, you lose sight of it, but you hear a yelp in the distance. So you know you hit something.
Very good shot.
They all smile, and they get back to reloading.
Hells yeah.
So, Ed, your squad is right next to that Scrumgore squad.
Yep.
So there are 5 of these little fuckers bearing down on you. You guys have the hill.
Yeah, also, it's just like fucking. Edelweiss is right between this and where the thing hit. All she saw was it coming straight kind of her way. She's also just like big blaze, and then these guys coming up, and just like
Yeah.
she's got a big grin on her face, and she has the axe out and says, "Let's go, men."
So
And
you,
she's making 5
5,
attacks.
yep, 5 heavy infantry attacks on that squad. You have a +2 to your armor class because you're on a hill, and you have another +2 because you're in forest. So that's +4. So your armor class right now is 22.
So am I just
You just roll your squad weapons attacks 5 times.
wait. I'm missing it, I think.
You double click on your infantry squad to open up their sheet, and then the attack should be under features.
Okie
And then you're just rolling that 5 times.
dokie.
You also get a +5 to hit. And a 14 hits.
I don't know why it's that one probably misses.
That one does miss. That one hits.
Ooh, crit. Did I get? Hey, I'm gonna check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Okay. So out of your 5 attacks, only 1 miss. You have cut that enemy squad down to 5 hit points from their previous 10. You've killed 2 Scrumgore in the process of this melee.
Chopped them up.
Yeah. 3 of them are left. 1 of them is pretty badly wounded. Ben is... You don't really have many actions to consider. Do you want to move, or are you good right where you are?
I would like to move. I think I can still use my offensive spells, right?
Yes.
But they'll only target 1 creature.
Correct.
Unless they target more than 1 creature.
Right, unless they're an AoE or they strictly target multiple creatures.
I think Ben is going to... Yeah, I think I'm going to use a spell then.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got Spell Sniper, so it goes a ways. I'm going to target this. I'm up on the hill. Do hills provide any advantage for attacking, ranged attack downwards?
They do add +1 to your range, yeah.
Okay, in which case, Ben is going to cast Ice Knife on the Scrumgore.
Oh, fun.
So I will make the attack on 1 of them. Ben will hawk a loogie into his hand, and with that same sort of icy breath, draw the spit out long until it forms this icicle, and chuck it at the Scrumgore.
Okay. Is that a dex save for them?
Alas, it is not much of anything.
Hey, Ben.
Mhm.
I look to you and I nod and give you a natural 20.
Oh, okay, shit.
I
It's
see you pull out this knife and go to throw it, and as I turn, I hold out my hand and you see a bunch of magical sigils appear around your knife as it looks like it's going to miss, but for some reason just curves and hits it in the head.
Fucking sweet.
Edelweiss
Right.
was already impressed, but it's just like, yes.
So I do the hit. The Scrumgore that gets hit is going to take 2d10.
Okay.
If
Are you doubling the number of the dice?
yeah, I'll. Ooh, that's. It summed them all together. I think that's unfortunate.
That's correct. On dexterity save fail, it's...
So the one gets hit gets 2d10, and then the rest have to make a dex save or take 2d6. As the when the knife makes an impact, it shatters into tiny ice shards.
It's a failed dex save.
I can roll just 2d6 because they can't really separate out.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's a failed dex save, I think, too. 13 is your... What's your, DC?
I believe it is 14.
4.
It already rolled the 2d6 for you. You rolled
okay.
a 9.
It does split them. Nice.
Yeah, it splits it out nice for you. So, the 9... Okay. Okay, plus the critical nature of it. Okay. That will cut the squad down to last legs, 1 hit point.
Kind of turn to Ben and I go, "No offensive spells, my arms."
I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm going to move here, because this is forest, not marsh, so no movement penalty.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's 3 total. So there's 1 Scrumgore that's full health, but he's only got, you know... There's 1 survivor of that squad, basically. Still, it's just... It's easier for me in the cases where you guys are rolling your actual dice damages to just take the 10's place.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So 3 squad damage amounts to 1.5 dead Scrumgore, and you had 1.5 Scrumgore, 1 Scrumgore fine and 1 Scrumgore wounded and another Scrumgore fine. So take away 2 Scrumgore and it's good. Okay. That's you, Captain's Squad. Captain's Squad is going to, when the system catches up for me... I want to open the Captain's Squad. Thank you. She is going to charge that enemy squad.
Rest in peace, homies.
She automatically gets in because her charge is a 1d6 plus 3. So she cannot roll less than a 4. They are automatically in for the charge. And on a charge, she gets... Yeah, that just gets her into the melee first. So she's going to make her attacks. It is 5 Honor Guard squad attacks. Hits. That's the first one. These are halved because they are... The damage is halved because they are not resistant. Or they are resistant to slashing. That
We need to
hits.
get everyone some magical weapons.
Yeah. Are honor guard weapons magical? I haven't checked. Did I check that off?
It's
No, they're
silver?
not. They're not. So, the damage is halved. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. She's already wiped the squad, but, you know, just because she gets the 5 attacks.
She's gonna
She extra
stab one
wipes it.
corpse.
Yeah. So that's all 5 hit. 8, 16, 30, 24, 32, 40 points of damage. She wiped the squad, dealing 20 points total. They're dead.
Dead.
You just hear the sounds of combat over here. The charge attack is her action, and so she's going to move her 3 hexes out of the forest onto the road. Okay, that is the end of your turn on your side. It's now the Blade's turn.
You just hear Scrumgore screaming for mercy. And
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of, I'm an accountant! Yeah, that kind of stuff. This Scrumgore squad is going to attack you, Edelweiss. Remember, +2 from being on the high ground, and +2 from forest. What is your AC?
I think it was 18.
So your total's now 22.
22.
Natural 1.
Incredible.
He's like, eh,
He tries.
everyone else is dead.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, oh shit. He swings around, but he doesn't actually manage to hurt anybody.
That. It's just another Edelweiss giving a fucking Scrumgore head pat.
Yeah. It is now the Balefire Belcher's turn. They cannot see Mordecai's squad. So, let's roll the perception check, see if they beat it. Nope. 13 is the number to beat. And so all of the things that they can see are too far away. Let's go for counter battery fire and fire at the other artillery squad. So your armor class is plus through, Connor. Is plus through,
Also,
plus 2.
doesn't he have to wait another turn to fire because his
He
squad's
does. You're right. His squad's cut in half. He does have to wait another turn. So he is loading.
Preparing.
Yeah. There's just these Scrumgore that are, 2 of them are dead. They're both kind of like lined up like a kebab and they're stuck into the ground. But the other 3 the other 2 are kind of like trying to get the Balefire Belcher to face the right direction because it keeps wanting to turn left. And it is now the Bane Knights' turn. 14th's turn.
I'll do it again. Fire again.
Alright, so for you, we're trying to hit a 15. You have disadvantage because it is at long range. So let's see if we can get that, if we can reach out and touch that. Ooh. Not a great shot.
I'm gonna make you re-roll that 3 with Wait, no, can I even do that? Didn't they change
Which
that spell? I was gonna use my reaction to use I just forgot what the spell's called. Silvery
Barb?
Barbs.
Alas, only on enemy rolls.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot. This is third day, but I miss.
Yep. Little bit hasty on the return fire. Unfortunately, your squad loads. They get it back up. They pull the bowstring back with the winch. Ready, aim, fire, and you see it barely scrape over the trees. You know it landed in the forest somewhere.
Right, it's okay. We'll do better next time.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to fight back, Edelweiss?
I mean,
You might as well. He's.
yeah.
It's just one sad Scrumgore right now.
Can I just roll until it's dead? Say I save the rest of the attacks for if I get approached again.
Unfortunately, no. So you can.
We're all just gonna chop the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, you're gonna gang him.
That's no. I almost hit the other thing. Okay,
I'm just.
there we
I've got this image in my head of the
Oh.
point of view of the printer from Office Space.
Yeah. Yep, that hits.
I'm gonna say he's probably dead by now.
What's your damage rate is 2, so even at half, he's fucking dead.
I'm pretty sure that was all 5.
It is very confused as to who I am right now. I gotta fix something. Hold on. Okay. So it thinks I am a different person right now, and I gotta fix that. Congratulations, everyone. We're now seeing on stream what I see as GM.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let me refresh my page. Downloading modules, please wait.
And then, do I make movement after dude's dead?
You can, yeah. And I'm gonna say he's dead because you hit him more than once.
More than enough.
Yeah. You only needed to hit him twice to get those last 2 hit points off, so.
I moved myself over by Ben.
Okay. I'm still loading, so. There it goes. What the fuck? Oh shit. It's I gotta log out. Back to join screen. It somehow swapped me with the stream view that I used to use for when we were doing the other thing.
It the bitch.
Yeah.
Let's cut to commercial.
Yeah. Luckily, it can't see my password when I type it in. That's fine. So. The whole world watched me type in my password, but luckily it was censored. And we're back. Remember, kids, eat your balefire O's. They're spicy. They're good. They're made with jalapenos.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this guy's got 2 hit points off. He's dead. That whole squad's wiped. You guys have gotten by so far with no casualties. So that's the end of Ed's turn. Ben, if you want to move, you can move. Mordecai, if you want to move.
May you put the Discord stream back up for me?
Oh shit, yeah, sorry.
Do not apologize, it's okay.
I'm going to move 2 onto the road, which means I get +1 to move, so I can move another 2 with just my movement.
Yep.
And then I think I will advance another 4 on the road to keep pace with the captain.
Okay. What are you thinking, Mordecai? Thinking about sneaking up on that squad?
It's on my thoughts. Well.
What's your range?
My range is only, what was it? I believe 6, and so I only have enough actions and movement to get here and be able to shoot 1 short at disadvantage. Can't quite get there from what I understand.
Your range is 6.
My range is 6. I can make 3 spaces of movement in 1 action, and that puts me right here.
You've
Your
almost got the same range as artillery.
your range is
Well, it's
4.
disability or disadvantage.
Your optimal range is 4, and your long range is 6.
Yeah.
So he's got half the range you have.
Mm-hmm.
So if you move 3 hexes, so that's 1, 2, 3, which is right here, or here, or here, right?
Yeah, I just can't hit him.
He's too far. He's just a little bit too far, no matter how you cut it.
That's okay. I'm still hidden according to the thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still hidden.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna use both my actions for movement.
Mhm.
Right to the bridge, and we're gonna start crossing.
Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him.
Okay. So you guys break out of the forest. You are all ducked under your, keeping yourselves low as you begin crossing the bridge. I'm pretty certain you haven't been spotted by that Balefire squad. That's your movement. Connor, did you want to move, or are you good there?
Sure, I can move.
Okay. Yeah,
Do you
because
want to go this way, or do you
I-
want to go to the bridge? Because I'm following you either way.
Wait, I've already shot this turn, so I can't move, right?
You shot last turn. Oh yeah, you already shot this turn, so you can't move. Yeah. You'll be able to move next turn. So you'll pack up next turn and move. Okay, so that's the captain's gonna move. I guess she's gonna go to the bridge. 1, 2, 3, and then she gets +1 for being on a road. And then move again to get across the bridge, and then down 1 more space. So a total of 8 hexes moved. She did clock that Prelator squad up on the hill up there. And Ben, you caught up with her only to see her squad keep moving. And that'll be you guys, I think. I think that's everybody. So it's now the Blade's turn. Prelator squad's gonna move. They have free movement no matter how way you cut it. Move 6 to here. Balefire squad is going to fire this way. I gotta figure out how to hide when I'm doing shit on the sheets. If we have to do it this way.
It's only for 1
Not
session.
Captain. No.
Shooting at the captain. They missed the squad. Captain's armor class is 20.
Oh my.
I just didn't like how high that roll was.
That's that squad. These guys are posting up over here. And with a 24 range, let's see. Ooh, can fire at the captain at disadvantage.
They keep targeting the captain. No.
It's at disadvantage. It's unlikely to hit.
Yeah, natural 1. It falls real short. It actually gets this squad, but they're immune to fire. These guys turn around and look up on the mountain, and the other scrum go on the mountain who are trying to configure the Balefire Belcher like, I don't know what happens. And, it's just real bad. Miscommunication, misfire. And we're back to the Bane Knights.
Get me to that mountain.
You want to get up there?
Yeah.
Okay, so move you 3. So you have to pack up as your action.
Yeah.
I think Ben is going to advance along the road.
Oh no.
And ask the captain, do you want a crossing to engage the Prelator squad?
She'll nod, yeah.
which case I will create another. This one will have to go. But I then will create another ice bridge here.
Okay. She will then move her 3 to there so that she can start moving to get to the Prilators. That's her first move, and then her second one will take her across the bridge. Actually, I think I want to move her. Yeah, I'll keep her in between you and them. Actually, if I use the second move as a charge, she's in automatically and she gets to attack.
Nice.
Yes.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Now I'm thinking with war games. Okay, so 5 attacks. 17 does in fact hit. So let's do that.
Holy cow.
That's a crit.
Damn.
Stop, they're already dead.
That doesn't hit. That's a miss. So 14's a miss. That's 3
Damn.
attacks.
Oh,
That's a miss.
Eesh.
14 is a miss on
Yeah.
a Prilator.
Yeah.
What?
That's a hit. That's a critical
Oh,
hit.
that's another crit.
The equivalent of hitting 5 attacks.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's the equivalent of hitting 5 times. So that's 8. 8 plus 16 is 24. Plus another 16 is 40. And because Prilators take... actually, I gotta fix that. They're broken. Monsters. Demons. Prilators. Yep, they are immune to non-magical physical. So they are only going to take the damage from one of those attacks because only the captain's weapons are magical. So that's 8 points.
Does that mean my artillery can't do anything to it?
That's correct. They are immune
no.
to non-magical physical.
Oh, no.
I have an idea about that, actually.
Yeah, Ed, were you going to move?
Yes. Put you out there.
Yeah, that's 2. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
2
wasn't-
movements.
I was just trying to advance. I know that's my action too.
Yeah. Ben, you've used your action to Ice Bridge and move, and you did your movement. Connor's moved, so the only person on your side that hasn't moved or done anything is Mordecai.
Yes. In that case, so it depends. The bridge here is kind of a little funky. Can I go straight diagonal for these 3, even though like one of them's like kind of like half in the water?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Ooh, kill him.
You're gonna shoot
Yeah.
from hidden.
6. 6 away.
Yeah, so for ambush, you must be in... You're undetected, so you get ambush.
Oh yeah. Okay. So in that case, I'll do this, and oh, that didn't work. Hang on. Wait, what? There we go. And so I'm gonna attack 5 times. If I were closer, I imagine. Dumb question, but I imagine I could also hit, but I don't use a bow. I use knives, so that's 60 feet as opposed to their much longer range.
Generally, when
Right.
we're talking about like squad actions and stuff, you're not included in those up until you separate yourself out. So, like, if you wanted to, you could separate yourself from your squad and act independently.
Okay. Well then, 5 attacks. 1. This is at disadvantage, or
Why would it be a disadvantage?
because it's
it's because it's 6 hexes. Yes, it's a disadvantage.
Okay. All right. That's
13.
1.
13. 13 doesn't hit. 12 doesn't hit.
Come on, he doesn't need much.
14 doesn't hit.
Oh, come on. Just gotta kiss him with the arrows. Come on.
18 does hit.
That's hold on, how many? I just did
You have
one.
You got
one more.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And 11 doesn't hit.
Okay. So that one arrow. All right. So then, that was with advantage, right? Since we're out of
It's with-
hiding, which means it takes double damage.
That's with ambush. It does take double damage.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So 2 damage becomes 4 damage.
Okay. Nice.
Somehow the one arrow ganks 2 Scrumgore. I guess they're just comically lined up at the moment. The arrow drills through one's throat and then goes through the other one's throat. And they just kind of choke and bleed out and die. This guy is now on a rotating once every 4 turns schedule.
Do we know which of my squad made that incredible shot?
I would say just like roll the d5 and we'll find out which squad he did that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. /R 1d5.
So that's member number 4. So Hob is number 1.
Yep. That means that's Kella.
That's
Okay.
Kella took that amazing shot. Yeah.
Pat her on the back and say, well, you didn't learn that from me.
She looks proud of herself and she says, "No, I did not." Okay. That's the end of the 14th's turn. It's now the Blade's turn. This Balefire is now on firing in 3 turns. Yeah.
So he's still got one whole extra turn before he can even fire, right? Or
He's got, well, he was already on a delay of 1, and now he's on a delay of 4. So this turn would bring it down to 3 turns.
damn. Okay.
So it's heavily delayed. However, you're within range of that Balefire. It's going to fire at disadvantage, though. And that misses. So you see the artillery come crashing down and blows up over here. Those Scrumgore are going to hold that bridge. And this Prilator squad's going to make its 3 attacks. 3 attacks per unit member. There are 9... that's 9 attacks because there's 3 squad members in the Prilator squad. They have to hit a 20 to deal damage. It's 15. 16. Rolling a bit low. I think that's 4 attacks so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 5 more. Natural 1. 4 more. 17.
Damn.
That
One hit.
hits. For 4 damage.
And then one more, I think.
Yeah. We'll recount when that one also hits. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gets 1 more.
Oh.
That one's a miss. So the captain's squad is
2 hits.
2 hits, resists bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing, but Prilator weapons are magical. Yep, they are magical. I just didn't check the box. They should be magical though. So those go straight through, so the total damage is 8. Let's see here. Honor Guard squad is 9x4 plus 13. One heavy infantry member of her squad is heavily wounded. And that's it for the Blade of Endless Suffering's turn. Back to the Bane Knights.
Go to the mountain, to the mountain.
Yeah, 6 hexes. Also, we will go 5 here, and then 1 there, and you're on the mountain.
I'm just gonna say this because I think it makes sense for my character.
Mm-hmm.
Can my character act on his own without artillery? Because he doesn't know how artillery works.
He can, yeah. You can throw your own spells as an action for your turn instead. So you could move. You could have moved 3 instead.
No, I meant more as in like the artillery does its fires normally, but I do my own thing, or is that not how it works?
You would have to separate yourself from your squad, which would make you more vulnerable, but
I'm also right here.
you would be able to do stuff on your own turn. Yeah. So if you want to separate yourself from your squad, you can.
Nah, I'll stay because if they get shot at, I would like to be able to protect them all with shield.
Right. That's the drawback, right? You still get your reaction to protect them with shield if you get counter battery fire, but if you leave on your own, they don't get that benefit. And if you come into contact with a Prilator squad, for example, that's 3 fuckers on you, and they have their normal stats.
Yeah.
So, we would fight out a mini fight over here at normal scale, for example, which would be bad. So that's you. Ben, anything you want to do?
Yeah, I think I will, in fact, use the bonus 1 from the road to move a total of 4 to get here. What range do I have to be for Battlefield Medicine? Do I have to be adjacent?
You have to be adjacent.
Okay, yeah, then I will use Battlefield Medicine.
Okay. So Battlefield Medicine is 1d4 plus 1, so go ahead and roll that.
Hail 4.
So plus 4 to the captain's squad brings them up to 45 out of 49. Yeah.
That's movement and action.
Okay. Zed, you want to move your 2 to get to the road, and then you can move 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right there.
There we
go. Mordecai?
Finish.
Yes.
You want to scooch closer?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see. Oh, that's 3 movement, and
As long as you get within 2, it can't fire on you.
well, I can hit it from here and probably wipe it out. I figure, because what is it? My range is
If I recall, DM,
Mhm.
doesn't the Bellfire itself just start rampaging and start attacking people?
It explodes.
Back up a little bit.
It explodes when it dies. Yeah.
I can still be optimal range from here. That's fine. I'll just give it a little tickle from here.
What is your 4x is optimal? I would just stay back just a tad.
Just a tad, yeah. Okay, so that's fine.
First session, a guy came running to my rescue to help me, attacked it, and I just saw him turn to dust.
It exploded, and he was just rendered into dust.
Let's see. Attack 1.
17. That's 2 points of damage, right? That's enough.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, it's enough to wipe it. It's toast.
Nice. I won't even bother with the rest of them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You-
Okay. Yeah. I don't like being so open to the artillery here, but that's okay. I will hide next turn.
Yeah. So 24 hexes next turn, Connor. You can't hit anything else except for that Prilator squad from that mountain, unfortunately. The captain's going to take their swings. They get 5 attacks. 18 hits. Let me actually roll damage on that guy.
I get it now. I forgot that roads give me an extra movement speed, and I'm wondering where there was like 1 extra bit of movement from earlier in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't 100% sure where it came from.
Okay, that's...
Everyone hide in the forest, they'll have to come to us. She just loves rolling crit.
She does. She crits on a 18, so... 8,
My god.
that's 3 attacks. That's 4 attacks. That's 5 attacks. So all of them hit. So we'll call the crit the one that actually deals damage. They are immune to non-magical physical, but that doesn't give them resistance to magical physical. So let's double check that real quick, because I didn't actually fill out this thing properly when I built it. Yeah, they are immune to non-magical physical, but they don't get any resistance against it if it's magical. So, 19 total damage. We'll call the crit her attack. The other 8s are just fending them off, because they don't deal any damage. 19 points of damage to that Prilator squad. Kills 2 of them. So she's... yeah, she just straight up slays 2 Prilators, while the other squad members are kind of corralling them, kind of boxing them into her, which is kind of what we saw in like the introduction sessions, where the heavy infantry or the knights would kind of just like box them in or tie them up, and then she would come in and kill them, leaving one of them. Yeah.
Hear me out.
Hearing you out.
They may be immune to magical immune to non-magical attacks, but does that stop them from being able to being pinned underneath a giant bolt?
Absolutely not. It does not stop them from being pinned.
Good, okay.
We did have like a guy jump on one and hold one down in the introduction sessions. So yeah, like you can manhandle them still. Just because they're immune to the damage doesn't mean they can't be manhandled.
I meant more as in, if I fire a bolt at them, would it not pin them straight to the floor if it lands on them?
Their physical form would resist the bolt, so it wouldn't go through them. But yeah, it would, like, if it clips their clothes and kind of like nails them to the wall in that sort of Looney Toony kind of way. Yeah, that could do that.
Okay. Do I get attacked this turn or no?
No, because you're setting up.
Yeah, okay.
Because you had to move twice.
My only question is how does bonus actions work?
No bonus actions in large scale combat.
Okay.
If you have a spell or a feature that's a bonus action, it's an action instead.
Okay.
It just keeps it simple. The only kind of action that can happen outside of your turn is a reaction. So that's all of you guys, right? You all did a thing. You did your battlefield medicine. She kicked their ass. You killed the Balefire Belcher. Your artillery squad got up on that mountain, and Ed moved to here. Okay, so now it's the Blade's turn. Okay, so they're gonna do their counter battery well, they're gonna just fire. They're gonna shoot at fucking Mordecai's team there, because that's really the only one they can reach. They can't reach... Well, they can reach the captain. And they can reach Ben. So, alright, let's do this the fair way. 1 to 2 is Mordecai. 3 to 4 is the captain. And 5 and 6 is Ben. Mordecai. Balefire...
That's fair, they were already aiming at me.
Yeah, they were already shooting at you. 19 does hit your squad.
Oh no!
Oh no.
As you
Oh,
guys
well,
finish putting down that Balefire Belcher, you guys get blindsided. Your squad takes a direct hit from the other one. Fire everywhere. 2 of your squad members are down.
Oh no!
Does it? Hopefully, in large scale, does it not do the direct hit and then explosion?
Correct. It doesn't do that.
Oh,
It's just the flat 4 damage.
I was gonna say, I was like, guys, the worst isn't over as it implodes on you.
Right. This is all that is rolled into the 4 damage. Because it's kind of, I've shifted the decimal point to the left for most things. So 4 damage is actually like 40. It's a lot. In large scale, we use smaller numbers just to keep brain sense of things. So yeah, Mordecai, 2 of your squaddies are down, smoking. They are casualties, so you no longer have the benefit of them right now. So you're on 3 attacks.
Oh shit. Okay. Can we roll to see who went down?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Pick 'em up
Oh,
and
boy.
run.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea at this point. All right, so I'm gonna roll 2 1d5, or just 2d5 actually. Just why not?
You should roll 1d5 and then a d4 for who's left out of who's left.
Ooh, good idea. And
So squaddie number 2 is down. And then out of those remaining 4, squaddie number 4 is down.
Oh,
that's
no.
Garrett and Kella.
Oh, fuck. Alright, so we have suffered our first casualties. Suffering casualties is an inevitability in war. I'm reading from the guide for you. Your troops will suffer casualties, that is a given. But there are different classifications of casualties. Dead. These casualties are dead, and they have to be replaced by fresh troops. Yikes. The wounded. These casualties are unable to fight until they've been healed. A downed soldier in small scale or a damaged unit can be converted to wounded if a medic uses their battlefield medicine action on them. It is important that medics do this action before the battle is over. Any casualties suffered but not converted to wounded will be counted as dead or missing at the end of the battle. The commander will roll for these casualties using a d6 for each trooper in this limbo between dead or missing. On a 4, 5, or 6, the trooper is missing. On a 3 or lower, they are dead. The missing. So you have a 50% chance if, let's say, Ben's squad does not convert your 2 casualties into wounded, right? It doesn't convert them, so you have to make these rolls, Mordecai. On a 4, 5, or 6, they're missing. On a 3 or lower, they're dead, and you make these rolls. For them, if they become missing, there's a chance that a unit breaks due to poor morale in a large-scale battle. In this case, the entire unit is immediately lost as missing casualties. These missing can be converted to wounded by a medic unit or by their commander. Commanders roll a d6 for each trooper. On results of 5 or 6, the missing is converted into a wounded. So, they show up back at camp hours later, heavily wounded, right? They got separated in the chaos of battle, or you thought they were dead, or what have you. But if you convert them, or a medic converts them, they show up from missing back into the wounded pool. Units have morale. In 2 cases, you're subjected to morale. If you suffer damage and have less than half of your hit points, or if you suffer a critical hit. Neither of those cases has happened to you yet. Your half, because you have 13 hit points, is 6.5. So at 6 hit points, you're making a morale check. Okay?
Yep.
Alright. That brings us over to this Prelator squad. And they are going to make their 3 attacks. That hits. That hits.
Oh no. What?
And that hits. Rolling well over here.
It's
We
Is it going arrow to a handbasket real fast?
Yeah, we shave off 1 point from each of those attacks because of the captain's immunity to fire, and then we have a total of 9 damage, and we take half of that because of their resistance, down to 4. So we are back down to 41, and each trooper has 9 hit points. We still have all troopers in that squad by 1 hit point. Brings us back to the Bane Knights. This whole unit, this whole section over here, they're holding this bridge. So.
All right. Ben's going to use battlefield medicine.
Okay.
Taking a while to go through.
I guess that's forged for you. A little bit slower. Connection's been pretty stable. The only complaint I have right now is that I have to stream my angle of things, so it shows everything that I'm looking at. So I gotta.
I'll just roll a. Nope, that's not how that works. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
3 points back.
3 points back is better than nothing.
Ben is going to.
You can move to here.
Yeah, move back. I can move 3, right?
Yep.
So move back, and then I'm in forest here technically, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I will.
This is also technically forest because it's the majority shareholder.
Actually, I will move my 2 hexes to here.
Okay.
To the trees.
All right, and I will holler for Mordecai. Get the fuck over here!
It's like he knows.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. Did they get hit? I say, kind of looking at my squad.
Mike's like, it looks like they got hit. It looks pretty bad down there.
Maybe we should. There's not much we can do from this angle, is there?
No, we can only really hit that Prelator squad, Mike says, and then the other Balefire squad's toast. You see it explodes now. Just delayed.
Huh. Right on cue.
And those fuckers over there by that bridge are way out of range.
Actually, while it's the Bane Knight's turn, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I'll say to Kravaxia, Captain, kill those fuckers and then we'll go around. I can create another bridge and stiffen up the muck so we don't have to get in range of the fucking thing again.
Okay, she's fighting, so you don't know if she hurt you or not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Guys, I suggest you guys fall back into the trees. I can't really do anything.
To the trees! Mordecai, you remove?
I'm just gonna ready my action. If the enemy gets within any range, I'm just firing at it.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
I can just barely get there. I assume I'm carrying my wounded.
Yeah,
right?
you're carrying
Right now,
your
or-
wounded. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I assume so. Hob and will probably grab Kella. Jaffa's got Garrett, and we climb on back over the bridge.
If you're on the road, you get 1 more, so you can move into the tree.
Oh, right. Okay.
Into the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Does bridge count as road?
It does. It does have the same benefits. So going over bridge prevents you from taking the penalty of the water too. So you could move. Yeah.
And in this forest bit.
Yeah, you move forward there. Okay.
It appears we've been left alone.
You're like, we're by ourselves.
I mean,
Eddie, what the hell are you doing? Get out of range.
The captain's gonna take their attacks. Really only gotta hit him once. Yeah, that hits. We'll say she did that attack and they're dead.
I thought range was here. Not here.
24.
You're just in range.
Fuck.
Fall back by 1. Just go back by 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I didn't take my last movement.
Okay.
I thought I was still 1 out of range.
The captain is going to consider her options right now.
These have hurt me.
She's gonna look at you guys and point across the way at the houses. And then she's gonna make a hand sign for potential civilians and supplies.
Ah, fuck.
And she's gonna take her movement this way.
If you move up, I'm going to be utterly useless. It's better if you hide.
Yeah, she can't hear you because you're shouting. What is this? 330 feet, my dude.
Message.
Past this message. It's sputter. How far does message go? What is it, like 100
I
feet?
don't know. I don't know.
It sputters.
Yeah, it can go like 300, I think.
Oh, jeez.
120.
Okay.
120. Okay, so yeah, you send even if you send message, the words they kind of float out, and then they pop halfway there. Like she's out of cell phone
just
range.
It pops to them. It just pops next to those guys, to my allies.
Have that feet. It's the extended.
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking of.
The Blades' turn. They're gonna move, seeing that their leaders are dead. Or
Hey, Elise, take a shot.
okay, she's gonna take her shot. Disadvantage because they're still outside of 16 hits.
Jesus, there you go.
Elise is definitely the one who's aiming.
Elise, that was bloody brilliant.
Just somehow accounts for their movement and the way they hop, and pins 2 of them to the ground, impaling both of them. Actually, only one of them because they resist non-silver physical. So it's +2 back. But yeah, kills one of them, totally impaling him.
Nice shot, Elise.
She nods. They begin reloading again. This section is going to move up, following the road, and then fly to here.
Line up for me.
What was that? 4 and then 5. You got a nice little line there. They're not super smart without their commanders. And Balefire Belcher is going to take a big old loogie at the captain because everybody else is completely out of range. So, disadvantage.
What?
15 still misses, though, because you need a 20 to hit her squad. 4 damage on, I don't know, this tile. That tile explodes. Okay. Back to you
I
guys.
charged my headphones.
Elise,
Alright. First
Elise,
things
you think you
first.
can hit that? I'm going to do a penetrating shot.
Okay, over penetrating shot. All right. How that works is you have a chance to go through your targets. On a successful hit, after damage is applied, you roll 1d6. On a 4 or higher, the bolt goes through to the next viable target in a straight line out to its maximum range. Continue this operation with an increasing threshold of 1 until the d6 roll fails or the increasing threshold renders it impossible.
Okay.
Okay, so they are at long range. The first target is at 18. That's still long range because you're
Don't I have high ground as well added onto that?
right, because your regular is 6. You have, because you're on a mountain, 12. So at 18 hexes, that's still long range.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still disadvantage. They don't have a super high armor class though. Double
Wow.
18s hits,
Whoa.
dealing 2 damage to this squad because of the resistance. Now we roll that d6, And on a 4 up right now, it penetrates through. Doesn't go through. Just, it gets halfway through one of the Scrumgore, taking him down to the ground. And probably because of the way his wings were oriented, he started turning as he got hit, and that took it out of going through.
Nice shot, though.
Yeah, definitely took one guy down. Casualties are casualties, so.
Speaking of, I would like to prevent some.
Mm-hmm.
Ben will move up and use battlefield medicine.
Absolutely.
Out of curiosity,
Mhm.
Does Cure Wounds do much during this kind of fight?
Not really.
Alright.
If you can roll over 10, yes.
I don't think I can. So
Battlefield.
So all of your casualties are now wounded, and your unit regains 4.
Yep.
nice.
Which is good, you know, because it's better than them being casualties still.
Yeah.
Battlefield medicine is a great feature for this campaign because regardless of the scale, it's 1d4 plus whatever. So it works in large scale and it works in small scale. It doesn't, you know, Cure Wounds doesn't work great in large scale. You have to roll over 10. So that's why offensive spells are better in large scale.
The cleric casting their 9th level Cure Wounds.
Right, just trying to.
Well, if you're casting 9th level Cure Wounds, cast Mass Heal.
Right, yeah. Okay, so that's your movement and action, Ben. Mordecai, you stood there for that, so do you want to move and do a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So now that I understand, so I have full health again,
Mhm.
but I only have 3 attacks now instead of 5, right? Is that correct? Since 2 of them are wounded.
Right. Let me take a look at the thing again. I might not have
That's also
considered that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I might not have considered that. Wounded, these casualties are unable to fight until they've been healed. So they've been healed.
So if I heal again.
Why would you need to heal
Or
again?
maybe I can that, or I could do a Cure Wounds. I assume would at least help with that. Maybe I don't know.
Well, they're both okay. So these casualties are unable to fight until they've been healed. Each of these troopers only has 2 hit points. You restored 4 hit points, so they are back to full. So they've been healed. So they are no longer wounded.
Oh, okay.
I see. Okay.
So yeah,
Cool.
they've been patched up. So you're back to 5 attacks. It's like it never even happened.
In that case, I'm gonna get onto the bridge or on the other side of the bridge, and I am going to hide. In that case, now that everybody's back up,
You get one
all right,
more.
you're not dying anymore.
Yeah.
Come on.
You get at least. Yeah, you get one more movement because of the road/bridge.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Do I get one more movement where I'm at?
Yeah, because the road. Oh, that tile is mostly forest, but I'll give you the one because it's spread between 3 different things. Yeah.
Thank you, Lee.
My action is spent activating. I'm not sure if Adel's Frost Axe would do anything, but it does make it magical. Like, because usually it just does the AC increase, but she's already 18, so I don't think that would help, because considering it only affects her.
Right.
But she now has a magical weapon.
Yeah.
Ben is yelling at you to get into the forest line off the road.
Let's see. The captain's already done her thing, right? Yeah.
Do I need to roll stealth or?
Yes, roll your stealth.
Okay. Sneak. I have advantage on stealth with the scouts, is what it's saying. I just want to make sure that's right. If I've been doing this right at all. Or it says expertise. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah, they have expertise.
Yeah.
So 16 is their stealth right now.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Very cool. And before I left, thank you, Connor. You've saved my man's life. I
Ben.
appreciate it.
It was Ben. Ben
Or
who saved.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
take the
God.
credit.
Yep. Connor winged
No, I've...
two Scrumgort and from great range. So still a good move.
Ben's
Ed-
just tossing good berries at each of them,
All right.
and
Sensu
then mushing
beans.
them up, and then rubbing them against your gums.
Like, oh man, that's pretty funny.
Tasty.
Yeah. So everybody's moved, right? Captain needs to move. She hasn't done anything yet, I think.
She's heading down this way. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's gonna move 3, and then I think she's gonna charge that squad of Scrumgore. She gets a D6 plus 3. So with them being 4 away, she can automatically be in, but she could get here if she rolls a 5 and tag 2 of them. So I think that's
Why not?
that's what she's gonna try to do. 1d6 plus 3. Fuck. So that's only 4. So she's just in to here. And
She'll charge as 1 though.
yeah, she'll make her attacks on that squad. Okay.
Rest in peace, little homie.
Yeah, they're dead. No matter which way I subtract that half, they're toast. It's just a whirlwind of blades, and they're gone. Okay, that's the end of the Bane Knight's turn. Blade of Suffering. They are gonna scooch up to. They're actually gonna avoid her because fuck that noise.
All that and just no.
Yeah, they're like, nope. Screw that. And she doesn't have any ranged weapons, so that's what they're doing.
Oh no.
14. Still not quite close enough. So, who all is in range? He is, you are, so that's 3. We're gonna roll the 6 again.
So have they spotted?
Oh, they haven't spotted Mordecai's. You're right. So that's
Than me.
a 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, that's you. That's you, Eddie. What's your armor class right now? You're in the in the street there.
18.
Okay.
Oh, hell.
16. Oh, they miss. You just see an explosion happen just like 20 feet from you.
I was gonna say I was gonna say it kerplunk in the water.
I'm gonna say it hits like the road next to you, actually, because that's more dramatic, right? You guys are heading down this road, and just the road right in front of you explodes. That brings us back to the Bane Knights.
Oh, we got some flanking guys. I'm gonna shoot the flanking ones.
These guys?
Yeah. I
All
think
right.
they're at my range.
I remember saying I'm fine right before our round ended to Ben, and then it's just right here, just like
Stay in the fucking cover.
yeah, that was pretty close.
They're at 13 hexes, so they're just outside of range.
Damn.
14 still hits them, though.
Woo.
Your trigger girl is just sniping Scrumgore with that ballista.
Good shooting.
Am I gonna get a medal?
That if I can give you one.
All right, so that's your shot, Connor.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, Ben, Ed, and Mordecai.
We'll wait for Mordecai to act.
I can maybe wipe that squad out.
This one?
Scrumgore. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're within optimal range, I believe.
4
That'd be a
hexes.
yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So we're gonna come out of hiding, raise, fire, and
Ambush them.
yeah.
So 5 shots, double damage, and any crits
Nothing personnel, kid.
Mhm.
are yike. Crits are yike. That hits.
All right, and 2.
That one
and,
misses.
3,
That one hits.
and 4, and
That one misses.
final one.
Misses.
Shit.
So 3 hit
Oof.
or 2 hits. Yeah, that's a miss, a hit, a miss, and a hit. So 2 hits.
Yep.
Double damage is 4 total, coming down to 2 from there. Resistance. So you do take down one of the Scrum Core. 4 and then 4 again. And you take out another one. So that's 2 of them dead. So you got 3 left in that squad. That's actually pretty good considering you missed 3 times.
I'm so I still have my other action. I'm gonna get back the fuck across this bridge because I need Ed's heavy soldiers here to back me up. Please don't let them kill me.
You should have taken double damage from that artillery too, because you're vulnerable to artillery.
Oh no.
So
Oh shit.
we're gonna hand wave that.
Oh no. I probably should have thought of that too.
Yeah.
You see the reason why it was so dramatic that it landed the next square over.
Yeah.
I want to
They
say
actually
it's
rolled
taking me
slightly
this
low.
way, 'cause I don't know why it's trying to take me that way.
Do you want to go here?
Yes, that's my 3 for on the road. I don't know why it's taking me that way.
That's
Also, God, it's glitched.
1, 2, 3. Because I just moved you. You're fine.
Okay.
You're right where you're supposed to be. Do you want to continue moving?
Yes, I guess I'm just good. Oops. I
1.
glitched my icon.
You might want to refresh your page. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Eddie's up front.
And in range, even more.
Yeah. Okay, that leaves us to the captain, I guess. Right? Or Ben, what do you want to do?
fuck mothering shit. Fuck mothering shit. I am going to.
Never expected to hear that kind of language from you.
Why the fuck not?
Let's fucking
An
get him.
explosion goes off.
Okay. I can just throw a. Odds on this helping or hurting? Who the fuck knows? Ben will cast a fog cloud on Eddie's unit.
Oh. Very nice.
Hey.
Okay, so you are hidden by that sphere fog cloud. This will give the enemy disadvantage to hit you.
And I'm guessing artillery can't fire at them.
Yeah, they're gonna at disadvantage. If they can't see him, they can't fire at him.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
So she's got fog cloud on her. If I try to shoot her, remind me that I can't shoot her.
Ben is hacking up I'm fucking running out of spit here, and just sort of just keeping this icy breath that has been going this whole fight and just blowing it, and it sends rolling across the river and surrounding Eddie's troops.
Why are all your spells spit related?
Just the water ones.
Okay. So the captain's gonna move 3 towards that enemy squad that's getting out of her way.
Yeah.
And then she's going to try to charge them. She can't fail the charge, so she's in. And then
Out of curiosity, is that rock technically blocking her charge?
no, she kind of goes around it. I know we're like WYSIWYG, but that doesn't count as any particular type of terrain. It's just a rock. It's just there for flavor. So she gets her 5 attacks. Discard previous.
Yeah, this thing's dead.
I imagine
yeah.
off of it.
8. So that's off 4. And then yep, that hits them. They're fucking toast.
If I was them, I'd be flying off the ground. I wouldn't be anywhere near her.
Help us!
And they're dead. Okay, so that brings us back to the blade.
Come at me,
Yeah, they're gonna come at you, and all 3 of their attacks are at disadvantage.
bitch.
10.
They can't see you, but you can see them.
10 misses. 17 misses as well.
Just by 1.
Oop, that's a normal roll. We're going to disregard that guy. Disadvantage. Still rolled suck, and yeah, all 3 attacks miss. They whiff.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Belcher squad. 20.
Can't fire.
Can't fire at her
It's gonna
either.
be-
So it's got to hit the captain, and she's immune to it anyway, so it doesn't matter to her.
But is her squad immune to it?
Oh yeah, the whole squad's got her stats, so...
Oh, damn.
What are those rolls?
It kind of
Best both
just
worlds.
throws up onto the ground around it instead of belching a big fireball out. And you can see the Scrumgore are just like, come on, guy! And they're really upset with their Balefire Belcher. I'm not really painting an image of competence for Ekragad's troops, am I?
They're a bunch
We
of-
know why. It's because they're not Ekragad's troops. He has no idea how to deploy them properly.
Right, they were Kovaresh's troops, and he's just fucking around. And Ekragad's just fucking around with somebody else's troops, so... It's now the Bane Knights' turn.
So, anyway, I started blasting.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's within range. Nope, still at 13. Damn it.
God damn it. It's fine. She's my shooter girl's too good. Same
Yeah!
soldier.
Yeah! Yeah, she hits him. Kills another one. She's got a body count of 4, 5 Scrumgore at least. She's killed at least a whole squad by herself. Okay.
I think we need to get a drink in your name, honestly.
She salutes. Okay, so that's your guys' turn. Everybody else?
Eddie, kill those fuckers and get the fuck back here. We're going around.
Well, Eddie's not listening to that.
Eddie's just smiling as they're chopping the monster's head off.
There we
Oh,
go.
there's gonna be some carnage.
That terrifying smile that Eddie has.
It's even wider because she's getting to kill things.
Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him.
Feature. There we go. Go back over to here. Attack. Normal. Wait,
For some reason, I thought that said
don't
Eddie's
think it
happy infantry.
We can change it to Eddie's Happy Infantry.
No.
21 hits, yeah. Oh, you've targeted yourself, by the way.
Targeted the Scrumgore before I even started this.
Okay, so that's 1 off. Another good hit. 1 more. That's 1 dead. You got 1 left. You gotta make 2 more hits, and they're wiped.
Darn.
That hit. That would miss you. That hits them.
Yeah.
Their armor class is 13. And last one. Ooh,
Nice.
yeah, they're toast. You got that whole squad. You got most. Well, you got the last 4 points of that squad. I think everybody chipped in on that squad.
Yes.
We all just said, you know what? Fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm supposed to come back?
That's what Ben's yelling at you. You don't have to listen.
He's not in charge of you, technically.
Absolutely not.
Yes. I remember Captain's orders to go towards the house.
All
and
right.
I can't move because I'm targeting myself again.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at Ben and say, well, best not wait around.
Listen, to go around to the west. I can make a bridge across the river. We can get to that exit point. That we can set Connor up to fire on the other artillery coming at a different angle.
I cast message on you, and I just say, counterpoint. I don't think my artillery can cross over ice.
Can't it? Yeah.
Connor just needs to start coming this way, I guess.
I'm gonna look at Ben again. Tell it to Ed, and I'm just gonna start wandering across the bridge, just giving it a little bit of a mosey, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
At
My
least
message
if
spell
stop
is
here, you get
my
the
message
clock
spell's just a my message spell's just a crow that flies out and just talks to you casually.
Cry flies out. It's magical crow and just floats out, caws at you the message, poofs.
You know, that's an interesting choice. I'm going to roll a dice about it.
And you can respond to that message as well.
Besides, I was right here, right?
Yeah.
If he's there, he's now in cover 2.
Yes.
That fog cloud should still be active.
oh, I was gonna hide anyway, but yeah.
Just use it.
Hey, look,
fair enough.
you're old man.
So I figure I roll my stealth as well, right?
Yep.
I imagine before we ran and we saw that crow, I imagine at least one of my squad, let's say Garrett, just freaked out and wanted to shoot at it.
You can respond to this message as it hits in the face
Oh.
with an arrow.
You can respond to this message.
It's not a nat 1.
Yeah, it's not a nat 1. It's a 9.
Ben will say, fuck it, fuck all y'all motherfuckers, God motherfuck, and move into the fog cloud.
And
Yeah,
2,
you sound
3,
swell.
4,
Goes
5.
on tight.
Okay, I think that's everybody. Do you want to... You
Start
fired...
moving yet?
Yeah, you want to start moving. You didn't fire this turn yet.
I did.
You did. Okay, so you have to break down and then move. You'll be able to move next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I fired. I did fire this turn, right?
Yeah, you took out one of
Yeah.
the Scumgore. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did.
All right, we're back. We're back on the blade. This Belcher squad is all by their onesies. They have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fog cloud.
Not me.
Not
I'm in
either.
the fog cloud.
Yeah, he's in the fog cloud.
The
so
two
just-
heavy infantry again.
Just 2 viable targets here. We're gonna
Oh,
we're
God.
gonna flip a coin.
I think I'm hidden, aren't I? Oh, you're talking about the captain. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Would it realize after
Me
firing
again.
the weapon once and seeing it does nothing? Would it slowly start to realize that it's just not worth it?
It really depends on like how smart the Scrumgore are, because they're the ones who are directing the thing, and that misses. So it's back to you guys.
I'm gonna go out on a
Yeah,
limb and say
I'm
not very smart.
Yeah, time to move six hexes.
1, 2, 3.
Plus
Can-
1 from the road. So
4.
Can I actually cross the ice with artillery?
it depends on the actual like natural terrain, because these waters are quite shallow in comparison. You could cross the ice, but it would be a risk. Do you want to?
Nah, I ain't risking.
Okay, so that's your 8 because you get plus 1 from the road.
Yeah.
Can I?
Alright.
Can I use the gust cantrip to try and advance my fog cloud?
Mm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that too because that's an interesting way of using your battlefield tools. I gotta-
My friend.
I gotta get a
Huh.
little token. I gotta make a little token for the fog cloud now.
My
Fair.
friend in a session, it was quite funny. He used Thunder Wave to disperse a fog cloud and knock all the enemies on their ass in the process.
That's smart.
Okay, so I will let you move it 1 square.
1 square?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a cantrip. We're
Yeah.
not moving much, but I will let you move it 1 square at a time.
Fair. I will advance into it further.
Okay, using the cover of the fog. We've had Connor's movement. We've had Eddie's movement. Looks like we haven't had the captain yet.
The Terminator.
Who's moving towards the?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move full.
If you're following
I get
the
an
road,
extra
it's
1
8.
because I'm on the road. Yeah. Is it 8 or 7? I
It'll
get
be
2
8.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be 8 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
If
Oh,
you
wait,
stay
I-
on the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's
So-
only 7 long, but you wouldn't be able to get 7 out of that if you were just walking straight because of the marsh.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Which I forgot this was, so I should have penalized the captain.
But she's badass.
Yeah.
And the Scrum Corps.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they
Oh.
fly though. So
Oh, you're right.
that was 2 for her plus 2, so she gets another 4. So she moves
Yeah.
up to the bridge.
Those belch fires probably shitting themselves right now.
Yeah, that whole squad's like, oh fuck! Yeah, seeing her charge. She is close range now. 7 hexes to 13. It is more advantageous for them to fire at her than fire at anyone else. So they're gonna just.
Oh hell.
Yeah, no, that misses.
Help!
These guys couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Wow.
So you're a barn then, I'm guessing, because they hit you.
Yeah. You call me fat?
Yeah, I'm just moving
No, I'm calling you spacious.
I'm gonna move you down the road, Connor. Is that okay?
Can you? Yeah. Move me there. Yeah. And then move me to that cliff,
Okay.
that mountain. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, that's 3 across the bridge there, and you get +1 more for being on the road. So I'll get you here.
Good.
I would like to push my fog cloud towards him, just to provide some cover as I move myself.
Okay. I will move it. That's 2 hexes.
Okay.
I'll move it here. At least it'll provide line of sight blockage. He's still at long range there.
He
Is that it?
does it out. He shoots me out of spite.
Mm-hmm. Ah, enemy artillery. You guys are done your movements?
Yes, I moved forward with Captain.
Okay, captain's moving across the bridge, +1, and then up to the mountain. Going up mountain is actually slower, if I recall. Mountains.
-1 going uphill.
Reduces all movement by half with a minimum of 1. So her movement is, let's see, she was here 1, 2, 3, 4. Her movement is 3, so 1, 2. So she can move to 2. So she's out of range, but she can't be blasted. Which leaves Eddie as.
Shoot me out of spite, I dare you.
I should be able to
I
get
already moved.
here from there, I figure.
You were
actually,
here?
In fact, hang on. Yeah, in fact, because actually
1, 2,
that put me
3,
right here,
4,
wouldn't it?
5,
Unless
6, 7, 8, and that would actually land you on Eddie. So one,
Oh, that
because
would-
if you
oh,
follow
okay.
the road, yeah, you have to move left 1 and then around.
Well, I was thinking because I don't necessarily have to follow the road. I was thinking like going like this and then.
You were here?
Yes, I think.
2, 3. Yeah, you would still begin.
And then-
You'd still end your turn on the road, so you'd get 1 + 1, so that would take you to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a good. That's a viable move. Yeah.
Hey, nice.
All right, so this squad is going to fire at Eddie.
Oh,
Oh no.
don't you dare.
18
No.
hits. So -4 because you're not immune to fire damage.
Are heavy
Oh.
good against artillery?
Heavy are good against artillery in close combat.
What did they
They're not
just-
vulnerable to it, right?
just
No.
hit me?
They're not vulnerable to it. Your troopers have. I gotta see how much your troopers have. Because I don't recall off the top of my head. They have 30 hit points, so you have 1 casualty.
Oh no.
And
So you got,
Probably small little germ.
yeah, you got 1 man down. He just took the brunt of that. He caught that fireball like it was meant for him.
he put his shield up, jumped in the way.
Yeah,
He Captain America'd it.
yeah. It's definitely smoking on the ground, though, unfortunately. So that's the end of the Blade's turn. It is now the Bane Knights.
Dude's Yamcha'd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's Yamcha.
Yeah, watch this amazing return fire I got for this thing.
All right, so you get 3 movement, but minus half, which is, we'll call that 2 for going up the mountain. Now you're on the mountain, and then you unpack. Right? That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So now.
Actually, nah. I'm just gonna make my way to the exit. Why not?
Okay.
They got this. They're surrounding it.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. We'll call it that.
Is that where Ben gets?
Yeah, that's where I get. I said, get back in goddamn tree line.
I am gonna make the
You could.
probably 1 hex over and let you stabilize my guy.
Yeah, you can do that, and then you can do battlefield medicine. Did you move twice? Where were you?
I did already, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, get in the tree
Never
line.
mind. I want to keep
No.
moving with Captain.
Oh my God.
Did you want to
good.
make a move, Mordecai?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. I'm going to move right here because I believe that is 4 from it.
Yep.
And I'm gonna hit him.
He is on a mountain, and so he has a bonus to his armor class to the tune of +4.
Shit. All right. And I am hidden, so I get my ambush as well.
You do get advantage for your ambush. I did misread it, so you can roll that again.
Okay. I'll
and
do.
you roll your other 4 at advantage. Yeah. 16 hits.
There we go.
That's 1.
Nice. Okay. And a advantage.
That hits. I should have been rolling the Balefire at advantage, too, because he's on a mountain.
That means I should have been firing at advantage because I'm on a mountain.
Yeah, yeah. Which should,
That means I would have crit them so many times.
which should cancel out your disadvantage at range.
The last one.
At long range. Another crit. Jesus.
Wow.
So those crits are 8s. So 8, 8, 4, 4, and 4. Yeah, that wipes the squad.
Damn.
Holy shit.
It
Captain didn't even get to do anything.
I know. It explodes too, and she's just like, all right. She's just like, okay, that finished.
Captain, what are you doing?
She turns around and is like, oh great, good to see you're catching up. And she starts going over here.
Since I'm adjacent, can I still make the battlefield medicine if we're not out of initiative?
Yeah,
There.
I'm just gonna give my action to him. I didn't make an action, and I didn't use all of my movement.
Shit, I could have waited up, but it would have shot again.
Well, I'll say since this is our first foray into a large scale battle, I'll let you do your battlefield medicine before ending the battle.
Okay. In which case, yeah. let's
Because
just-
I could have used my movement to meet him anyhow if he hadn't moved twice.
Mm-hmm. It's just not what
I'm
you
just-
guys did, but that's okay because
I'm just walking.
we're learning. We're learning here.
Heals 4.
That takes them back up to full. Okay. So, victory, you guys have successfully cleared the map, not necessary, and there are no additional enemy troops on this map. So there's nothing.
I'm just walking with my squad. I'm like, you guys did bloody well today.
Yep. As far as an XP distribution goes, you guys get XP for large scale combat. That doesn't reward you guys as characters, but it does reward you guys as squads. Your squads now qualify for promotion in veterancy.
Hey.
Nice.
So that's great because veterancy promotions increase your squad stats significantly. So and no one had any permanent losses. So that's good. That worked out great. How do you guys feel about that system? What did you guys like? What did you guys not like?
That was good.
That was fun.
I enjoyed it. I think well, I think there should be like I understand that you shouldn't end the battle once the battle ends, casualties are converted. I do think that it kind of like Mordecai mentioned, it would have been counterintuitive to try and prolong the battle another turn by not eliminating the enemy to give Ben another turn to try and stabilize the units.
Right.
I have. Go ahead.
Sorry. So
You're
I do
finishing
think.
your thought. Sorry.
Yeah, I do think. I feel like if you are adjacent to the unit at the end of as soon as you exit initiative, you should be like if I wasn't next to them, I understand, but if I am next to them as we exit initiative, I feel like it's understandable that I can apply battlefield medicine.
I have a little suggestion.
Okay.
You could have post-battle heal, where people with healing abilities can heal their squad or another squad.
But a lot of that because of the context of how we're doing, because this isn't like a regular war game, right? Where we don't all we have at our disposal is the squad, right? You have your spells and that. Because there's all of that as a extra layer to things, I don't want to give too many chances for healing because then that takes away the potential for casualties, which takes away a layer of drama, right?
Which is I agree, which is why I think it's solely the idea that it seems tactically unsound to try and prolong a fight in order to give the medics more time to work in the battlefield.
Right, because that's more potential damage you could take.
Yeah, I think I think the idea is if the medics are adjacent to a wounded unit as the battle ends, that should still count for the idea that they are able to apply battlefield medicine to that one unit they are adjacent to.
Yeah.
Okay. So what
I think
what I'm writing down
I spent movement to get to him rather than advancing.
Yeah, what I'm writing down is this suggestion. May apply battle med to that unit once. Okay. So what I'm writing down is a new rule for overall healing prior. So it's going to go under the casualties rules. Healers next to wounded units, when the battle ends, may apply battlefield medicine to that unit once. So you can't keep rolling. You only get it once, and that also counts for if you're a cleric, you may use your cure wounds to apply to your unit. That means essentially, because most troopers give 2 hit points to a squad, you can only recover 1 trooper as a cleric, which makes sense because this is a battlefield.
They got Pray of Healing, etc.
Right, unless they can do a multi heal, mass healing word or that kind of thing. You get 1 spell essentially to do it, and or 1 action to do it. So however many people you can heal in 1 action is your limit there, which I think is sensible because in a lower level scenario where you've got just the 1 cure wounds, you're saving one guy, but the other guy's still making death saves, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would
So
have had to choose between Garrett and Kella if I hadn't had the opportunity to take them to Ben. So that would have been interesting.
right.
So I have one suggestion.
Yeah.
I feel like artillery doesn't do much damage
Okay.
because for instance, there's people doing 5 attacks, right?
Right.
And those people doing 5 attacks can do ridiculous damage, while the artillery can only do 4,
Right.
and they only fire once.
Okay.
So it feels like it doesn't impact as much.
Let me ask you this. This your artillery squad is the baseline artillery squad. So a veteran level artillery squad gets crew operated weapon veteran, which they will be able to fire twice per turn. So veteran artillery fires 2 times. So they get essentially 2 attacks. So that's potential 8 damage. And elite can fire, I think, 3 times. Does that change your critique of that? Or do you still feel like that's too few attacks? Or it's too low damage?
My only concern is when there's like someone that can ambush and do like 5 attacks, all doing 4 damage or now more because they're veteran.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it feels like the artillery kind of lacks
damage. Okay.
Yeah, because the artillery's like, oh yeah, it hits something, and it does immense damage because it's artillery, but it doesn't do immense damage.
The thing that I'm thinking is, it is a ballista, so it does only fire one thing. May not be effective against a squad like a Scrumgore squad, but it may be more effective against a squad that is low unit count, higher hit points. Like, for example, once the weapon is enchanted, and this is just, we're just talking about this as like a, how we feel about this and what may be like a, because this is just a test. This is essentially a play test right now. It takes place in canon, but we're stretching our legs here, and I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm trying to think what other potential applications would call for the artillery. So artillery against other artillery, maybe getting an advantage on damage there because it's a stationary thing.
What is there a caveat that gives the artillery like double damage against units like the scouts have?
So a unit that is vulnerable to artillery takes double damage from
What units are vulnerable?
So from the
Scrumgore light.
Scrumgore are Scrumgore. They don't follow your troops rules. They have their own troops rules. So a Scrumgore squad is not specifically vulnerable to anything, but it's not good against anything either. And we kind of saw that today. They kind of suck a little bit. Balefire Belchers are vulnerable to melee because they are artillery, but I might switch it up so that they are also vulnerable to artillery. So counter battery fire might be a good way to get over that damage thing that you're feeling, because at the end of the day, it is one ballista bolt that you're firing. Killing one creature makes sense from a physics standpoint. Sometimes 2 creatures if they happen to be standing in a line, that kind of deal. Or killing something big and hefty but has more hit points. So like a Prilator has more hit points, and if you have a magic bolt that's enchanted, that's going to have a bigger impact because it's a smaller number of units. So you would take out more potential damage doing that way. I understand.
But it only does 4 damage, right?
Your basic only does 4 damage. The improved versions do more. I think it's 6 on the veteran.
I guess just the idea that to reflect the
number of attacks, yeah.
Yeah, and to reflect the idea that like if you are targeting what you're supposed to be targeting, those low unit count, high value units, you should be doing more damage to them because you're eliminating a single key target.
Right.
Mhm.
So the best
Actually,
how to best express that is what I'm trying to think of.
I might have an idea too, and this wouldn't be to that same tune,
Okay.
but what if it wasn't simply one bolt? Like we've talked about enchanted bolts, but there's other options. So like, what if it was something engineered? Like if you attached some kind of explosives to the bolt,
I mean,
or
we
what,
joked about this, but a multiple bolt launch system would get around
that
that.
too,
Yeah.
Though
or
I
even
think
yet. I was thinking that was another option I was going to recommend. Maybe something that is engineered so that it's a bolt that gets fired, and then it splits down the bolt into like threes or something. I'm going crazy here, but yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah.
the one thing
So-
I'd note, sorry, is
Mhm.
just I don't. All those seem like cool upgrades, but I think we should address sort of like the fundamental
Right.
lack of damage the artillery does,
Mhm.
either by increasing its base damage or giving it damage bonuses against the key targets that it should be focusing on, or something like that, just so that it can be brought up in line with like the damage output of the scout squads and the heavy infantry when it's operating in its niche, and then the upgrades can be on top of that because everybody else is getting upgrades too.
Yeah. Connor, how about this? Let me just bounce this off you because you've had the artillery experience here. How does high damage sound like much higher damage, but it doesn't roll over into other enemy troop? So like you fire on a Scrumgore squad, you deal high damage to the squad, you only kill one because it's excuse you, puppy, because it doesn't roll over. But against like a Priliator squad, killing one takes out 3 enemy attacks, and that's a bigger deal. You've wiped a third of the squad.
It could have like because if it doesn't roll over damage, right?
And I'm just
What would you
talking
suggest the
like you're.
damage to be?
I would probably suggest it to be definitely over, probably like
I'd say like if you could
6
say
or
like
8.
does 8 base damage, it cannot eliminate more than one enemy unit at a time,
I think
or like more than one squad member at a time.
Yeah, I think 8, but no rollover is good because that will kill pretty much anything that doesn't have immunity, right? Which makes a lot of sense. And with the over penetrate, you could definitely hit more than one squad at a time and kill more than one enemy at a time that way. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that? Because like there's
I
two
like that.
there's like 2 ways to go about this. We could do you could do the engineering way where you're firing multiple bolts and then it's like a spread damage across the entire enemy unit, like Darrow's suggesting, or we pump the damage up real high but don't roll it over and you still have the over penetrate.
Oh, that is hard to choose. That is hard.
Right,
Um,
because what we saw here today were the stuff that like you're used to dealing with, basic enemy units, 1 enemy leader unit, couple enemy artillery units, and then their basic soldiers, right? There are heavier enemy units in their bucket. There are a bunch of different kinds of enemy units.
so I have a really crazy suggestion.
Sure.
Ammo types.
Ammo
It takes an
types.
action. It takes like an action to switch ammo,
Okay.
but it could be like single target ammo. Does more damage but only hits one thing. Multi target ammo hits multiple things but does low damage.
Single. Yeah, that's going down the line of like tank ammo, right? Where you have your high velocity armor piercing, your HVAP versus
Yeah.
your high explosive, right?
Because like you could be like, yeah, I'm switching to this one to fire at the big guy because that makes sense. Now I'm going to spend a turn switching to fire at the small guys
Right.
because that makes sense.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. So we have 2 fire rate bows essentially, multiple target low damage, single target high damage. Okay. Yeah, great. All right, let's move on. Any other feelings, thoughts, suggestions? I think we have artillery well covered. Ben, how did being a medic feel? Was that good?
Yeah, I think I the being able to like, because also very frequently medics are specifically kicking into overdrive as soon as the battle is over.
Right.
So I think that caveat does allow for some, like, not trying to needlessly prolong a fight and keep some poor Scrumgore alive just to keep the arbitrary initiative active.
Right. Yeah.
I think I do very much like the fact that I can't do any damage, so I am just always trying to look for different battlefield
something else. Yeah.
applications. This is something I might bring up to you later. Is I'm wondering if it would be possible for Ben to, because I mean, 90% of my effectiveness, as I say, like 70% of my effectiveness was
Creative
like,
spell use.
yeah. And so I'm wondering if it would be possible for Ben to try and develop essentially macro versions of his spells, like a bigger fog cloud, stuff like that.
Okay. Stuff that would only work in large scale, but not in small scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, because small scale doesn't really need a whole lot of changes because it is what it is, right? But large
Yeah,
scale.
But
actually,
What'd you say? What'd you say, Bear?
I was going to say, maybe it's more like he teaches his squad how to use his spells.
I mean, that was part of Ben's plan.
I like
Yeah.
that idea. I mean, especially you can also consider like, I mean, obviously they're not full-fledged classes like whatever we are, but like
Yeah.
clerics have damaging spells just like, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay. Mordecai, how did your squad as scouts feel?
honestly, I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I almost feel like we were too effective. Which I probably shouldn't complain about that if I'm being honest.
I mean, you're vulnerable to artillery, so you should have taken more
Yeah.
damage. That was my fault.
Yeah. Hey, mess up like that anytime you want. It's cool.
That would have almost wiped your squad. So
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good. That would have been 4 out of 5, right?
yeah,
Down. Whew.
you're carrying 2 people each. Yeah,
Morale check as well.
then a morale check
Mhm.
on that. So yeah.
If morale check happens and they all run, does that mean it's just me left?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you break away after mass cas on your unit, you have half your hit points.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So try not to get a mass cas is what I'm trying to say.
Do you think we could make enemies waver?
It depends on the type of enemy. Like some enemies are immune to fear. So if they have a fear immunity, they don't waver. But if they do have fear, they can. I didn't play with it this particular battle because there were very few enemies and you guys had it handily. And we're testing things out, and I'd rather test things in pieces than throw the whole thing at you all at once.
Yeah.
We flexed around with terrain a bit and the advantage and the vulnerability and that kind of stuff. We've learned a lot, I think. What were you gonna say, Dara?
I think I just got an awesome idea.
Okay.
So we're wondering so much about all the damage coming from a ballista. Meanwhile, we also had one where where Kella shot down 2 Scrumwar with 1 arrow, which obviously, I mean, that's great. I have some ideas for something I'll talk to her about after that. But what if instead of shooting them, that extra one just said, "Fuck this" and fleed?
I mean, yeah, that's just a narrative choice, right?
Sure, but considering the ballista, right? Like, I mean, you're being shot at by a giant
Wrestling fire.
log,
Yeah.
right? That's terrifying.
Yeah, it
So
wavers them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
perhaps,
Yeah, potential morale problem there.
that could be a thought. That's it.
Okay.
I
Mhm.
like the multi-shot / switching ammo thing.
Yeah, I like that too. How did heavy infantry feel, Eddie? Eddie, you're muted. How did heavy infantry feel?
Might be getting something to eat, drink, or
Maybe.
something like that.
I'll connect with them later, I
My
guess.
platter was
Oh, there you go.
destroying myself.
Okay.
I am back.
Yes. How did heavy infantry
The
feel?
only thing is, I'm not sure about the movement.
You got your unit is slow, and they're supposed to be, because otherwise, what's the point of light infantry, right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
So being heavy infantry, you do have the benefit of having more armor. You do have the benefit of having more hit points. You are.
That's what it only feels like. I'm slow, but I'm on the other hand, it does feel very fair.
Yeah. Okay.
I have concerns with how slow I move, but at the same time, it feels balanced.
Okay. So it feels balanced for the heavy infantry. Heavy infantry feels balanced. All right. Cool. All right. Let's get back into the narrative. So you guys have successfully cleared the enemy scout units and have essentially, as far as the captain can tell, broken outside of Ekragad the Impaler's attempt to encircle your unit. As you guys, well, I'm going to say, Connor, you're still kind of like moving to the gather point, so I'm going to scooch you over to the road. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm just talking to my squad, vibing.
Captain pulls up at these houses and has you guys search them.
Edelweiss is literally carrying her one wounded germ or Jaskier over.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep calling him the other name, because that's the name you said I couldn't use.
Who would like to search these houses?
I would, since I am a scavenger.
Okay. And did you want to do forge for supplies as well, Mordecai?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so your unit gets a you get a die for the foraging for supplies. We are in a marsh, so it is a D10. And then you get the +1 for being basic scouts. And then you can go ahead and you do your scavenging check there, Ben.
And I'm also searching.
Sure, yeah.
I guess perception.
So like a
The houses.
the houses. If you're using your scavenger feat, that's a survival or a investigation check. So it's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Survival then.
So
You have advantage.
Well, then.
You always have advantage on that roll, Addie.
I
got
like
the
how
14
his
plus.
dice hit mine and turned it over to a 19.
It counts, you know.
Mordecai, it's a D10 +1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Because of Marsh.
I can dream, right?
Yeah. So that's
Okay, so that's
6 more in supplies.
Mm-hmm.
You have, as a unit,
No, what did you say I could do? I totally missed that. I'm so sorry.
you get that survival check at advantage.
Oh. So I roll again.
Yep.
There was that 19 I needed before.
Okay, so the unit's supplies are at 24.5. right now. Which is great. That's a lot. That's a lot of supplies. So searching the houses, you get quite a lot of supplies. The people who were here only took what they could carry and they left. It's surprising that the buildings haven't been burned to the ground yet, but it seems like Ekragad's troops have only just arrived at this area, turned around to, try to block you, and then you guys rolled up on them and kicked their teeth in.
Curb stomp.
Curb stomped them fully, yeah. Ben, out of what is here, the valuable things that Ben would find, I think, would be like the stuff that's in the home gardens, right? The herbs, the seeds, that kind of stuff. This is an old rundown tavern.
Also, is there booze here?
Yeah, you guys do. Eddie, you're the one who scavenges a couple of kegs of ale.
I'm also going to take at least one bottle of wine.
Yeah, there's a case of wine. There's a couple of kegs of ale. You guys definitely scavenge that. But yeah, you get a good array of seeds, some good herbs, medicinal and otherwise. Some fruits and veg from those gardens there, Ben. I think that's what Ben would consider valuable. Does that make sense?
Most certainly.
Okay. And you do find, just other than that, the most valuable things here are like personal items that these people left behind. I will move the unit across the way. Once you guys finish that up, you take the road up to this building. Looks like a little fishing building on the side here. Did you guys want to search this as well?
I think, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Go ahead and do that then.
And that's advantage?
Yes, the scavenge is an advantage. Okay.
See. And I'll take my search as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, you find a good number of supplies as well. So we're at quite a lot. 32 and a half. The captain says, well, I feel sorry for the people who used to live in this area, but I'm glad they're gone. I don't feel bad about taking what they left behind to help us keep moving. We should have enough supplies to get us to Kervaxia now. And so she feels very comfortable with the amount of supplies we have. As far as scavenging, most of what here is fish and fishing equipment. There doesn't seem to be anything that is super valuable. Probably as far from you're expecting there, Ben. Just the fishing equipment would be the most valuable stuff. So you can.
Well, yeah, if we can have a bunch of fishing poles, as long as we're moving along water, we can have more food.
Right. And Eddie, as far as you find, there doesn't seem to be anything valuable to you here. I'm going to put fishing tackle on here so you guys can loot that.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Eddie, as far as valuable, the only thing that I can think of would be that fishing tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you guys have acquired all that stuff, you will move up pretty quickly across the bridge again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the tackle if nobody else wants it.
I just realized, well, because we're all acting as our
oh yes.
medical
Oh.
thing.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll put that in the I'll put that in the party vault. Yeah, I'll just drag and drop that in
Lit
there.
currency 11 ways.
It's because there's no currency in there. That's why.
But 11 ways?
Because there's 5 other players in the other game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw this on to I actually have to dump it into somebody's inventory first. So congrats, Ben, you have the fishing tackle.
I was just gonna say while I was searching the other houses because we moved on and then we were talking, I didn't want to interrupt anyone.
Oh, okay.
Did she notice any like children's rooms?
Yes.
She would have taken at least one toy.
Okay. She has acquired it. She has acquired a toy. Okay. You guys will proceed along to your camp. Nope. Yep. Nope. Not that camp. This camp. And you will... We're going to advance the clock first.
Are we just gonna say Styx's people have fled?
Well, we're going to say Styx's people were dispatched elsewhere.
Okay.
The captain has decided that they should try to meet up with the commander. Because the commander is not here. And they couldn't, and like she said, they were only going to wait so long before they tried to leave, needed to leave. So she sent Styx's squad to try to see if they could find the commander. I think that's, there we go. I think that's everyone now. So yeah, there's your 4 squads. Okay. That ends this session, because we're at 11 o'clock, and we have a 3-hour session booked. So, next session, we will have our camp session, and the session after that, we will have a different kind of session after that, okay?
Sounds good.
So, come prepared for next session for Camp RP, and then I gotta give you guys your total experience for your encounter today.
Yeah.
Were you expecting us to kill everything, or do you expect us to?
You're gonna have to put the XP on my character because I can't access.
Yeah, I got it.
Boundary.
I expected you guys to handily crush that. What I really wanted to see was how the mechanics were working and how they felt for you guys. So there will be more challenging, large-scale encounters later. All right. That brings our session to a close, everyone who came by to watch. I hope everyone had a good time. Thank you for the follows. And come and see us again on the 20th, I think, and the 24th of this month.
Nice.
Yeah, the 20th and the 24th. So Blaze of Cruelty is on the 20th. That's at 5:30 p.m. US East. And then In the Heart of Rage, Episode 4 is on the 24th at 8 p.m. US East. And you can find all that stuff on our Discord. There's more ways you can support. You can support us on Patreon. You can support us on the Discord. You can support this channel the usual ways. And you can support the YouTube the usual ways. So, everybody, let's wave goodbye to the people. Bye, people.
Bye, people.
Goodbye.
Bye.
But